What's going on, Geminites? It's your boy GemMint. I am so excited to unbox this Femto, the Falcon of Darkness statue from Berserk. This is by Prime 1 Studio. It's a huge quarter scale piece. I've had my eye on this for a while now. I purchased this directly through Prime 1's website and I used the express shipping. So it did take a couple of weeks for them to get it shipped, and then once I got the tracking, it was like 3 or 4 days later. So we're going to do an unboxing and a review. Before we get started, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and let's jump into this. Alright, so here's the art box. You have the picture of the statue on the front here. You have the brand of sacrifice on the side, the stylized red art version on the back, and another shot of the brand. This is the Ultimate Premium Master Line. That's really what they call all their quarter scale pieces. It's kind of like their version of what Sideshow's premium format is. But man, excited to take a look at these pieces up close, show you guys some close-ups, and do the assembly. So let's do it. Alright guys, so we got 2 layers. Let's take a look to see what's on the top. Alright, here we have pieces of this crazy base. And actually we have the exclusive. Let's take a look at it first. This is the Balet. This is what actually enables Griffith to transform into Femto, and we'll talk about it more during the review. But this was the exclusive. It was exclusive or fail for me because I had to have the Balet, especially the way Kentaro Miura draws, the way he does mouths and eyes. It makes them look so creepy. This is a creepy little egg, man. But yeah, that's the X. To me, this base is so crazy. It's so creepy. I cannot believe how big they made the Balet, the egg that incubates Griffith, and the inside of it, man, with this fleshy, slimy, veiny texture. The colors and the paint applications on this are just so insane. Even on the back side with the outside texture of the cracked egg, the eyes, the bleeding eyes. There's 3 pieces like this. They're all amazing. So this top layer also has his 2 hands. You can see the detail on the outside of the hands, the claws, the palms, looks good. And then we have a head sculpt. This is him with his helmet. You can see his makeup on, like he's got this pale skin, lipstick, eyeliner. He's almost like a Vega, but much more on the supernatural side, but in the sense that he's a pretty warrior who will kick your ass and do a lot of other terrible things. Alright, let's take a look at the base so we can put it down and start getting this put together. So yeah, man, you have this deep red base. This is the floor from the entire Eclipse event. Actually, the floor, the walls, and the ceilings were all these faces. This red, bloody, gooey mess that he's going to be standing on top of. Totally insane. Here's the bottom of the base. Alright, then here we have the body of Femto, just one big piece. He's got his eagle-like feet, his kind of slender frame, the armor type look on his chest and abdomen, just this deep purple look. And then lastly we have his cape. You see the design on the back, very iconic, straight out of the manga, straight out of the anime. It's got a good weight to it, not too heavy, not too light, feels very solid. Let's go ahead and get the cape on him. Alright, let's go ahead and get the rest of the base assembled. Let's see here. Alright, now that we have the base all assembled, let's go ahead and get his hands placed in. And top it off with the portrait. Alright guys, there we go. So Femto, Berserk, Griffith, all these characters were created by Kentaro Mora in the Berserk manga. It's been adapted into anime, into movies, into statues, action figures, and more. Femto is a version of Griffith. Griffith was a comrade of our main character Guts, super ambitious. He wanted to own his own kingdom. He was a great warrior. Femto is the reincarnation of Griffith. When he is at his worst point, his most desperate, he uses the Beylet to summon the God Hand unknowingly. And he finds out that he has to make a sacrifice in order to gain the power to continue to aspire toward his goals. So he has to make a sacrifice. And this is where the brand of sacrifice comes into play. One of the God Hand Void. He brands all of the Band of the Hawk, which is Griffith's mercenary crew, with the brand of sacrifice, so all these demons and apostles will eat them and basically enable him to incubate in this egg and emerge something different, something better, something more. So he basically sacrifices his entire crew, and it's something that he learned that he was always willing to do, because even as a human, even as Griffith, his path to the kingdom was laid by bodies of enemies, of fellow comrades, and so forth. So he made the decision. Guts and Casca are the only two who survive with the brand, and they're forever hunted by demons. So that's kind of a little background on Femto. You know, he's kind of one of those characters where he's definitely bad. I mean, the first act that he commits as Femto is to brutally rape Casca in front of Guts, in a horrific scene amongst bodies and corpses and demons, right? So, you know, there's like a running joke that Griffith did nothing wrong. I mean, I think in the overall sense of he's always been about his goals and always wanted to have his own kingdom. But he definitely crosses the line with sacrificing the entire Band of the Hawk and the acts against Casca. So definitely one of the bad guys in the Berserk series. So looking at the statue, I mentioned this in the unboxing. He's coming out of this egg. The Beylet that he carried, the Crimson Beylet, becomes big enough for to incubate him, almost like a womb, right? So this is him coming out of it after the majority of the Band of the Hawk have been sacrificed. It's given him enough energy to be reborn. And, you know, he was the White Hawk Knight, now he's the Dark Falcon. The base is incredibly well detailed. I mean, the egg, the outer texture, the cracks, the overall design and sculpt of it is crazy. I was always kind of creeped out, again, about how Mora does the eyes, the crying blood with the screaming mouth and teeth. Like, something about it is so, like, unsettling. And forget about it. Talk about the inside, the inside of the egg. So much detail. It's really impressive. He doesn't have any brand of sacrifice on the base. I thought that was kind of odd. I don't know why that wasn't included. But so much detail on the base. Like I said, the sea of faces that he's standing on top of. His pose is very basic, very much just a museum pose with an outstretched hand. But I like all the details in the body. I mean, you can see all the different details that were sculpted in, the textures that were sculpted in. And I really like the black paint, the black-purple paint. I think that it looks really well done. The thing about this statue is you do lose some appreciation because you have this big base and this cape, and it's covering the anatomy of Femto. But, you know, I do like the cape. I like how this cape, it's really like a part of him. It's not like he's wearing a cape. It's his wings. Incredibly detailed statue. This is one of the statues that made me want to get into the line. This huge face is just so crazy. I mean, think about it. This is like bigger than a 1/1 scale face. His portrait looks very lifeless. He's definitely got like a Prince vibe, a pretty face vibe. Even before he was Femto, he always had that vibe. And after. But this is the ultimate evil version of this character. Evil incarnate. Super impressive statue. Let's do some measurements on it. So it looks like really it's going to be a wider piece. He stands about just 26.5 inches tall. The width, see, the diameter of the base is about 15 inches, but you have to add a few more. Man, at its widest point, it's probably about 21 inches wide with the way that those eggshell pieces protrude. The exclusive was a little Baylet, so I had to have this, man. This is such an iconic piece of the Berserk lore. It's a small little Baylet. It's actually smaller than this. He wears it around his neck like a necklace. And basically it enables characters to summon the God Hand, and it can allow them to become apostles. So really, you know, humans use it in a weakened state. And Griffith was in the weakest of all states. He was frail. His tendons were cut at his wrists and his ankles. He couldn't hold a sword. His tongue was cut out. He was on the verge of death. And he unknowingly used that Baylet to call out, summon the 4 other angels of the God Hand, and make him one of them. Man, this piece is so crazy. I can't wait to get the rest of the line. I definitely want to go all in on the Prime 1 Berserk line. The Isidoro, the Skull Knight on horse, the regular Skull Knight, the Casca, the Griffith. I actually have Griffith and Slan on pre-order. The thing that it gets difficult is that, you know, we're in the States, and Sideshow carries some of them, but they don't have like Void, they don't have Corvid, they don't have Apostle, Zod in Apostle form. So it's kind of like, man, do you wait to see if they get them? Because Prime 1, the shipping could be very expensive. I paid express shipping for this, and the reason why I did that is because the exclusive was sold out, and the only thing that you can buy would be the regular, and the price was about the same as if I would have bought the exclusive directly from Prime 1 with express shipping. So I was like, screw it, man. I'll just, you know, if I was willing to spend that, I'll just go ahead and get it directly from Prime 1. I'm loving this line. I'm loving the series itself. I want to hear what you guys think about the Femto statue in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, you got to hit that gem on the left to subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more statue unboxing and reviews, hit the playlist to the right. I did Guts, Nosferatu Zod, Berserker Armor Guts, and we have more coming in. So make sure that you guys stay tuned. Stay minty fresh. Peace.